Hi, hello everybody. This is Denise Guru, also Phoenix. Just a quick update on what's been going on since December 2012. I just wanted to say how I just got out there like everybody else with my binoculars and looking at the conjunction, and it was very interesting because my view, my southwest view is actually, I'm above the city of Salida, but I can see the mountain range on the other side. That's the Pikes Peak area, that's the Front Range area. And it was very interesting because when I was watching for the planets, I noticed a very bright, very strange bright light. Now, up here we see lights all the time, so this is nothing new, but I thought it was very interesting. It was very bright, and it was above the mountain range, and we watched it for a little bit, and I tried to get pictures, but my camera sucks. And it just looked like a star. But then I noticed to the more south of that very bright light that was there, then all of a sudden just, it was gone, it blinked out. There was a triangle formation, 1, 2, 3 lights, very bright orange reddish lights. And so I could see those really good with the binoculars. So that was really interesting that evening. But they decided that they were going to chemtrail us. They did. They chemtrailed us for 3 days in a row up here, and it was very hard to keep it together. But you know me, if you listened to me before, even got video, I've shown a few videos of we can clear chemtrails, you guys. We can definitely clear the chemtrails. You know, I believe, like my friend Sharon Daphne, that they are, I think a lot of them are AI, and you know, what they're dispersing in the air is, you know, the nanotech and God knows what else, right, guys? I mean, if they really wanted to, how easy would it be? So yeah, it was very interesting. So of course I have to go out, and it's like a challenge to me. And every time I go out and deal with them and clear them, I always come up with more information as how to clear them out. And I work with a lot of ancestral energies. I work with, I call her Sister Sun, because like I said before, the sun is feminine. And I work with Gaia, and I work with the elements, and then I work with my own inner flame. You know, I've done this. I have Phoenix. I have that Phoenix energy, but the colors of my Phoenix energy is violet, red, and gold. And so I'm really good at going out and just being a channel for the energies from Sister Sun, bringing up the energies from Gaia, and giving them both a little bit of a pep talk and say, hey, you know, we've already said we don't consent to this. You know, a lot of us were fooled into accepting this, and a lot of it was veiled from us, and we don't consent to this. And, you know, we rip up any contracts. And so I give them a little pep talk and remind Gaia how powerful she is. That's why a lot of us came here, is to help her. And so I work this way, and being a pillar of these energies, and then mixing these energies with my Phoenix energies. And you guys can do the same thing. You all have your own inner energy. You just have to figure it out for yourself. It's about doing your inner work. Everybody has it, you guys. It's not that I just have it. It's just that I've been working with it for a long time. And so the great mixer, the place you mix these energies and meld these energies, is in your heart center. And if you listen to me in the past, and you've gone through a lot of my past videos, you know, I work through the heart, and the heart is how, that's what we send out into the electromagnetic field is our heart energy. And so the vibration that we are vibrating at is sent out through our heart. So for the low vibe, we're sending that out. We're sending out this low vibe to electromagnetic field. So anytime I do anything with the chemtrails, the AI and whoever else is up there knowingly spraying this stuff, I work through the heart center. And I also, when I'm connecting with Sister Sun and with Gaia and my A team and my energies, I'm always working through the heart with that feeling of gratitude and appreciation. And so if you sit and you breathe in and out of your heart and you think of the two words, gratitude and appreciation, you start to feel this molecular change that happens in your body. And when you start to feel that, that's when you can send that out. So you mix all of these great energies that are available to us with our own, with our heart, and then you send that out through your heart and you send it up to them, and they hate it. They just absolutely hate it because it's a high vibe. It's a vibe of love and appreciation and gratitude. And it's like, hey, I'm grateful that you reminded me of the great power I have within myself. You reminded me of how to use this power. And so I'm using it against you in gratitude and appreciation. You have reminded me, and so you've caused me to expand and grow. And that's what all these energies are coming in, from the solstice and the conjunction. And it's not like we were gonna wake up, remember 2012, everybody was so positive they're gonna wake up in a completely different world, and it never happened, right? It's just this gradual, what is it? Isn't it law of one that says it's 75,000 years? It's 75,000 years. Somebody who knows this material really, really well, isn't that how long it takes for us to change, evolve? So, we've gone through the 26,000 years. So that's another period of time that we're coming to the end of. And so until the event, things are just going to gradually change. And I think because a lot of us deep down inside want to be part of this change. We want these aha moments. We want to feel that. It's like, when I finished my first book, when I got to say the end, and it was 360 pages long, and it was based on my journey and my walk with this metaphysical world and my heritage and working with horses and the dragon energy. It was at the end, it was just, all I could do was sit, and it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I drank a glass of champagne. I bought a bottle of champagne, and I knew this is my first book. And it was just such an elation. I completed this. I passed the test. I went through this, my whole self. This dyslexic girl who is not techie at all actually completed writing her very first book. And so this is what we're going to go through. We want to feel these aha moments. And so, in working through the challenge of dismantling, deconstructing, disabling the AI and the chemtrails and actually seeing it done in front of me, it's another one of those moments. It's just like, oh my gosh, how much fun is this? What can I do next? I want to learn something else. What else can I do? So yes, I'm a healer, so I do a lot of healing stuff. So it's like, okay, we're going to kick up a notch in the healing path. So today, after doing my meditation. Now it is the 28th of December and we woke up to 6 inches of snow. So my spiral wheel outside is getting deeper and deeper under the snow. So I have to do things inside a little bit more. So I had this huge meditation rug that I painted years ago when I was working with geometric energy. And so I painted this big meditation rug, flora rug. And I took all of my organite, you know, I've showed you before the organite that I make. And I decided I'm going to work with those. And I put all my organite down and I got on my meditation carpet and did a meditation. And there was so much stuff coming that I was downloading too fast. So it was like all of this, it was just bang, 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 bang. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, but no, give me more, you know, but it was like, then I was called in some of my ancestors and one of them appeared and she presented me this big, huge rose. And actually she was painting the rose in my EMF field, which I thought was very, very interesting. And the rose is something very, very meaningful to the divine feminine, to the goddess works, the goddess energy. And I know that's all coming back. And so that was a huge sign for me. And so I can't wait for my husband to get home tonight because he likes to be my guinea pig. He's going to lay on my meditation mat and lay there with all of my organite, and I'm going to work on him and see what that does for him. But yes, you guys, things are coming. It's just, we're expecting too much right off the bat. You know, I want it, it's mine, I want it now, you know, kind of thing. We're in this, you know, with everybody that does YouTube channels, people spend more time clicking from one channel to the next to find the definitive word, the definitive answer, the definitive message, and there is none. That's one thing that we have to realize, that there is no definitive answer, that there's more than one path to the divine, there's more than one path to ascension, and each path is different. Each of us came here for a different reason. Each of us came here with a different frequency. Each of us came here with a different path, different ideas, different beliefs. And so we have to find our own way. And yes, it's nice to listen to other people because you get a lot of confirmation sometimes. Oh, that person got what I was just thinking about. So yeah, you know, we're like a herd. So many of us still want to have the same information that everybody else has, do the same thing that everybody else is doing. And we need to break away from that because we need to do our own work. And so, you know, working with my cards, and a lot of it was like, hey girl, we told you before, take this time. You know, so many of us who came here to work, I got to be doing something right now. I got to be teaching people. I got to be healing people. And they're like, the energies right now are off the chart. They're too crazy. You just experience all the downloads coming in. You couldn't separate all the information. It was one of these things, dump. I got this dump, this big information dump. Now I have to process it. And once I process it, then it'll all start making sense and more things will start coming out. So basically, that's what we're all going through right now. Many of us, those who are actually really, truly doing their work. Those of us sitting around at home waiting for something to happen to them, I'm sorry, you got a little work to do. You have to participate. But for those like me, they're saying, just pull back and take in the energies. And I tell you what, is anybody feeling those longer moments of bliss? You know, I see 1111, 144, 444, 114, 441. I see all of those all the time, all day long. But the moments, I would get these feelings. The only time I would get these feelings of bliss is when I actually sat down and did my heart math work and did work through the heart and just sat there, and I would get into those. But these moments are coming, like they're coming, they're just coming, and you're there, and all of a sudden, whoa, wow, I just love everybody. Who's here so I can shine my love on them? And so, and the last one, the first one I got right after 2012, I had to stand there and I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. Is this what it's going to feel like? Is this what it's going to feel like? Oh my gosh. I think I said this to you guys before in another video. I was like, okay, if this is what it's going to feel like all the time, we're going to get so much done. There's going to be just so many changes. But of course, that moment didn't last. It lasted longer than they usually do. So I'm looking more and more for those moments, and I'm really anchoring and integrating them, because that's what we are. We are the anchormans. We're holding that energy in, and that's part of our jobs, you guys. And so Cobra just sent out an update. Yes, I'm a Cobra follower. If you're not, well, there's plenty of other people. Like I said, everybody, I am not a Charlie Freak follower. I'm sorry, but I follow Cobra. Cobra talks about the divine feminine. Cobra talks about the goddess, and that's where I am at. So that's why I resonate with Cobra. And Cobra said that the meditations that we had, we went we surpassed the critical mass. I mean, we just went way over the critical mass, and I was there. Were you there? Did you get a chance? I mean, I did meditations all day long, and I did them when everybody else did them, and then I did them myself. And you could feel the energies coming in. I could feel the energies come in, and it was very emotional for me. I was feeling these releases, these reliefs, moments of relief, moments of release. And it was like, oh my gosh, yes, and so you'd get very emotional over it, and just, I'm a big baby. I cry about everything. But so yeah, a lot of us were feeling these waves of energy coming in. And so yes, we did hit. For those who did the work, kudos to you. Guess what? You're gonna get rewarded for doing the work. And so all of us who did those meditations, we did receive the downloads. We did receive the heightened energies. We did receive the heightened frequency. Our intuition is going to be off the chart. Our knowing, I mean, that's all. Bring in the knowing. I want the knowing. And everybody says, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? For me, it would be knowing. I just want knowing, and because once you have the all knowing, everything else follows along with it. And so we're integrating, we're bringing more of that knowing in. How do you know that? I don't know. I just know. And I know it to be true. And so we're in that compassion. It's like we're all going to be more bigger, brighter ascended masters walking on this planet. And so while everybody's still struggling because they chose not to do the work, those of us who did do the work, we are being rewarded. And so every day now after the 21st, we should start looking for these changes, these molecular changes within ourselves, and expect the knowing, and to get out there and say, you know what, there's chemtrails out there. I know I have the power. I know I have the knowledge. I know I have the power. I know I have the backup. I know I have my A-team with me. I can do this, and I'm going to do it through my heart. I'm going to do it through my heart, because I'm so grateful and an appreciation for this journey that I am. I'm not going to do it for hate or greed or whatever it is. You it's it's a way of increasing that heart work, that heart energy, that heart power. It's increasing that, and it's working, and that's how it works. If you want to do stuff and you're going through with the wrong emotions and the wrong frequency, it's not going to work. So if something is not working for you, you have to step back and go, wait a minute, what are my intentions? What are my true intentions here? And what are my true feelings? What am I feeling when I'm doing this? So it's all about controlling our emotions and our feelings and projecting that through the heart, practicing on what it feels like to work in gratitude and appreciation and love and compassion. Empathy and compassion, they're not the same, but they are two emotions that we can use, yes. And so every day, the more we work with this, the more things are going to happen for us. We're going to get braver and we're going to test ourselves. I think I can do this. And so my big thing is I've always worked with my ancestors. I've always worked with nature. And, you know, even though we're up here in this beautiful area, gated community, we have elk, but we've had no deer. And we do have a huge population of mountain lion that have been taking down the deer, not to mention the predatory human that comes in here and does a lot of poaching, because we're very private up here. So they come and they can poach the deer and they can get away with it. So this will be the third year I've been up here and we haven't seen any deer. Well, the morning of the 21st, I look out. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the morning of the 21st, I look out. There's 9 of them coming right through the yard. And it was one buck and some does and their fawns. And it was so peaceful to watch them. And they hung around for a long time. So for me, that was a message. They were confirming, you know, because deer is working with that gentle, loving, calm energy. And so, you know, it was so beautiful to watch them. And they came in the next morning, and it was just so much fun to watch them. Even though I see deer all the time, it's just not here. I don't see them here. So for them to come here, that was a big, here you go. So yeah, working with the animals is going to be big. You guys got to just test yourself. You have to test yourself with this. You have to work with it more and go, I wonder if I can do this. What if I do this? And it's just like working with the ancestors. I've been always working with my ancestors. And, you know, when you work with your ancestors, I should do a whole video on that, because it's not working with your pedophile great uncle or your, you know what I mean? It is, we can go as far back as your Lemurian. If you're a Lemurian, or if you're from Atlantis or Telos or something like that, you know, how old this planet is. You know, how many lifetimes we've been here. And remember, a lot of our ancestors are us from our past lives. So a lot of the information we're getting in is from ourselves, from our past life. We're remembering, we're integrating, we're able to use it now that the veil is lifting, the oppression and that is all going away. So all of that is going to be easy to access. It's all going to be there. That knowing is going to come in. I've done it before. I know I have in another lifetime. And so I work with, and a lot of times, you know, like, you know, if you watch my one video where, you know, when my daughter was working with cancer, I was working with the ancestors. And, you know, today she's still clear from her cancer. And one of the ancestors that came in and helped was my dad. He had passed over a year before her second cancer diagnosis. And he came in to help. And as soon as she got completely healed, we didn't feel him around anymore. But I mean, things like, oh, years and years and years ago, I had the flu. I had the flu so bad. And I hate hospitals. I won't go to the hospital. I'll die at home in my own bed. I'm sorry. I'll do my own healing work. And in the middle of the night, I thought I was going to die. And I crawled to the bathtub and I ran the tub and I laid in the bathtub and I worked with my ancestor, and in came a shaman from the Amazon, full headdress, everything. And he put a cooling salve on my body. He wrapped me in these big, huge green leaves. And then he did his energy work on me. And the next morning, I was so much better. And so, you know, the ancestors, it's so much more than just, you know, my great grandmother or something like that. We're looking for the ancestors that are part of the earth, the ancestors that know about the earth and know about the animals and know about healing and know about the herbs. They have that in them already. They know these are the ones that we're looking for. It just depends on what you're working with and what it is you want to, what results you want. So you'll have to call in those ancestors that you think that has that knowledge. So we're going to see a lot more of this. We're going to be doing our own work. I should really teach a class in the spring when the snow is off of my spiral wheel and we could play with the horse energy and the dragon energy. Working with the dragons. Oh my gosh, they've been coming through my cards like crazy. Just like, I mean, and I've always worked with the dragons, and they're 12th and 13th dimension energy. They're really pissed off because they, remember, they had their DNA ripped off. Their DNA was stolen by the reptilians and they were used. And so, you know, they're working with us to help get rid of the reptilians. And the reptilians are like Genghis Khan. They go from continent to continent and pillage and plunder and take over and conquer. And so they want to help us get rid of them. And a lot of interesting things, you guys. I wanted to make this short. Start doing your work, do more of your work, more of your meditations, challenge yourself. That's what I keep getting. Do things that you've never done before. Test yourself and listen for the guidance. Okay, I did it this way. What else could I do? How can I change it? How can I make it better? How can I make it stronger? What do I have to do? What's within me that I can share instead of always looking outside of me? Ask them, please help me help me see what's inside of me. What are my powers? What do I have within me? Open those up, please help to open those up. Bring the guidance, bring the knowledge. Okay, you guys? So interesting times. And that's all I got for you today. We'll talk to you the next time I get some inspiration.